Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 76, for Monday, November the 3rd, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brungart, and thank you very much for joining me. Great news for all of us Mac users. The Netflix Watch Instantly feature is now available on Mac. So you can go sign up for that. You have to download a little bit something, a little plugin, but it's super easy. But I have been wanting this for a long time. It will also be available on, if you have an Xbox Live Gold membership, you're going to be able to watch Netflix on your Xbox, so you can actually watch it on the TV. My life will be over when I can watch Netflix on my TV, but I woke up today and I could see that I could watch Netflix instantly, so I signed on and I watched documentaries and movies I've been waiting to watch. And the very first thing I watched was The King of Kong. The King of Kong is a documentary which is directed by Seth Gordon, and this tells the story of competitive Donkey Kong players, guys who play Donkey Kong competitively for world record titles. The guy who held the world record for like 20 years or something like that, his name is Billy Mitchell. And I actually saw an episode of True Life on MTV. MTV's True Life is actually a pretty fantastic documentary series when it comes down to it. They did an episode called like I'm a Gamer or I'm a Professional Gamer, and they basically showcased a couple people, and one of them was Billy Mitchell, he got a perfect Pac-Man game, and he has a bunch of world records. But the film really begins when it starts telling the story of this guy named Steve Wiebe, who's from Redmond, Washington, which really isn't that far away from where I am right now. And he basically buys a Donkey Kong arcade and puts it in his garage, and he plays Donkey Kong all the time. And he's going to try to beat the world record. And he does, but he gets it on he tapes it, and when he sends it to Twin Galaxies, which is the kind of the Guinness of old school gaming records, they don't trust him. They don't really know him. They're afraid his arcade could have been tampered with because someone they don't like helped him get parts for the machine. And it's this really fascinating story about Steve Wiebe trying to kind of be taken seriously as a gamer. What I liked about this documentary was it's very funny. I will say this film is very funny. The kinds of people who will stand in front of an arcade machine for like 5 hours playing are interesting people, and it's funny. And I was going, and I thought this movie was going to be a lot more like Trekkies, that Star Trek documentary where it's just kind of this funny documentary. But the film never really talks down or judges these people who are doing it. And what it does is it actually makes you understand who these people are, understand why they do it. Because these people are incredibly misunderstood, and I consider myself a comic book nerd, a movie nerd. I understand what it's like to have people not get that, to kind of judge you for that, and so I really like that about this documentary, that it invested you in the stakes that they play for. And by the end of this documentary, I was like, Steve Wiebe needs to win. It's like Rocky by the end. You are completely invested. The portrait it paints, well, first of all, there's a lot of humor in this movie. Like I said, Billy Mitchell, who was the champion for like 20 years, it was amazing to see how all the people in this documentary bowed down to him. Like when Steve Wiebe is at one of like the championships, like people are calling him on the phone. They're like the order and the scores, and like he starts telling all the high scores that he's been getting, and like the way these people like bowed down to him was incredibly fascinating. The portrait this movie paints of Steve Wiebe, the up and coming guy, it's great. You want him to win. You want it so bad. This documentary was so interesting. I think if you are a gamer, you owe it to yourself to watch this documentary. If you're really passionate about something, you should watch this. If you aren't a gamer and you don't really understand why people do this, cell phone. Watch this documentary. I think it's an endlessly fascinating film that I really connected with because I love video games and nerdy stuff like that. I give this film a 4 out of 5. The King of Kong, I highly recommend it. It's on Netflix Watch Instantly, so if you have Netflix, go check it out. If you guys are liking my reviews, give me some ratings for the stars. If you have any recommendations on any films you'd like to see me review, leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.